Everything's a mess. Gotta get my tea going here. You're a little high up. It's a little better. It is afternoon. That's why we've moved on to tea, away from coffee. Good afternoon. I wish you could see what I'm doing right now. I don't know why I'm like this. I'm sitting on one leg and then my other leg is sticking out this way and I'm gripping ironing board. I have an ironing board sitting here and I'm like gripping the legs of it with my toes. I didn't even realize that I was doing it, but put those grippers away. Yes, okay. Anyways, it is 1:50 in the afternoon and I'm in rare form today, I guess. Welcome back to the corner. My name is Leigh. It is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, my lovelies. This is the corner of my craft room where we sit and talk about what I happen to be making, what I have made over the past week or so, and it's mostly knitting. Sometimes I foray into a bit of crochet, some cross stitch, and some sewing. I do have a sewing FO to show you today that I'm very excited about. Very excited about. It is a beautiful, clear, sunny, fairly warm day here in Pittsburgh today, and I am loving it. I've been about ready for spring to start for a couple of weeks now. I am looking forward to it very much. I know we're probably going to get another round of winter before spring actually starts, but this is really whetting my appetite. Let's talk about knitting. I'm all over the place today. This is going to be an editing nightmare. All right, let's talk about FOs. I have one FO to show you, one full FO and one half finished object. My FO is, as is usual for me, a pair of socks with the ends not woven in yet, and that is fine. I still count unwoven ends as FOs. That's how we do it here. And I have finished my cider house socks. They're not blocked yet. I mean, I haven't woven in the ends, so they're not blocked. But they're finished being knit. My cider house socks. This is a pattern by Summer Lee, and you can see I did mine mismatched. The yarn was a sock set from Dragon Horde Yarn called Fairy Yule Tree, and it came with 2 minis, and I switched them out for each sock, so they each have a contrasting heel and toe, but they're opposite. And the main color is a tweedy teal color. And this pattern was a lot of fun. Has these gorgeous cables going all the way down, but it was plenty mindless enough that I was able to finish them. It did take me a little while to finish them, but they're done now, and I'm very excited about that. They're done. My cider house socks are finally done. That's all I'll say about those. If you have any questions about anything in the podcast today, you can leave me a comment below, or I have linked down below my Ravelry page with all of my projects. I try to put as many details in my project pages as I can, so always check out my project pages if you're wondering what yarn I'm using, if you need a reminder, if I forget to say something, patterns, stuff, whatever. It should be there. So that's it for that. The other FO I have, oh no, I have 2 more half-finished objects. Oh, 2 more. The first half-finished object I have is in my Woodsy and Wild octopus bag. And you have seen these before, but not in a while. And these are Brad's octopus socks. I finished one. These are a pair of socks that are I just use my normal sock vanilla sock recipe for Brad that I normally use, which is 68 stitches and fish lips kiss heel. but I did a broken 3x1 rib in this one, which I do sometimes. I don't know. I just put in whatever I feel like knitting at the time. I have this progress keeper on here that I haven't taken off yet, but this is from Sassafras Knits, and it is so beautiful. And this yarn is a wool-free sock yarn. It is from LaRue Cotton. It is called Octopus, hence the bag and the name Octopus Socks. And it is a bamboo cotton elastic blend. And I love how they look so much. I can't wait for Brad to wear them and tell me how they wear. It's gonna be so great. So happy to have one done. This looks a little wide, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they fit on him. I did just cast on the second one, but only just so that I would have it going, so I wouldn't have to worry about that. When the time comes to pick it up, it will be ready to go. So that is my first half finished object. My other half finished object is a new sock design from me that, if you are subscribed to my channel, you may have seen this finished already briefly, because I posted a video that's like a vlog of me designing this sock. And these are my Hand of Thetis socks, which is my new sock design that will be coming out fairly soon. Testing will be over at around the beginning of March, or during the first week of March, and then I will release this sock soon after. But I have the first sock completely done. I haven't cast on the second one yet, but I will be casting that on very soon, and I will be knitting it along with my testers who are knitting these now. One of my testers has already finished an entire sock, and I am so happy. It makes me so happy. I have a great group of testers, and they are all filled up, all of the tester slots. But if you would like to get an email next time I have a design coming out for testing opportunities, you can DM me and I will add you to the list. But this is what my Hand of Thetis socks looks like. I didn't block these, they're just on a blocker, but it has a garter stitch toe only on the top of the toe for a little bit of a design feature. And then it's got this cable, texture cable design down the back of the leg, and then a strong heel, a garter stitch strong heel. And I think they turned out really nice. I have lovingly referred to these in my mind as a mullet sock, because they are definitely business in the front and party in the back. So it's silly, but it brings a smile to my face. So yeah, that's those. The yarn I used is Ex Libris Fibers, her Soul Knit sock base, which is just her regular sock base. It is a 75% merino and a 25% recycled nylon. And this is the color Witch Garden Flowers. And I am obsessed with it. Absolutely obsessed with it. It is so beautiful. But yeah, that's my other half finished object. I will need to cast on the second one of these here. Maybe today. I'll just go ahead and cast it on just so that it's going. I do have a couple of other things in the works. I got 2 new cast-ons and a test knit that I'm participating in, not that I'm hosting, that I shouldn't have signed up for, but I wanted to, so I did. I am PMSing really hard today, and it makes me feel a little bit chaotic. I feel like I'm all over the place today. I don't know, y'all. It's a wild ride. All right, the next thing I'm gonna talk about is my rock pool sweater. It is in this mystery yellow bag that I got from the internet somewhere, sometime. I don't know where. And I have not done a whole lot on this. If you missed it, I am making the Rock Pool sweater by LeighKnits France. It is a cropped balloon sleeve sweater with an eyelet lace feature on the sleeves. Yeah, it is going fine. Nothing has gone wrong or anything. I'm just really slowing down on this because I've gotten to the sleeves, and this eyelet lace pattern is not it for me. I'm working on it. I'm working on it slowly but surely, but I only do like one pattern repeat and then I'm done. Like, I have to put it down. So I have finished the body. You saw this in the last time I showed this. I guess it was the last episode. I finished the body and it looks great. And I picked up the sleeve, the first sleeve, and that looks great. And I started the sleeve itself, and it's got this, and it looks great. Like, it's this gorgeous eyelet lacy sleeve. It looks so good. It's not fun. And I honestly think it's the needles. I don't know if what I can do, because I've contemplated, these are small circumference circulars, and I do not want to do this eyelet lace on DPNs. I absolutely do not. That is not an option for me. Normally I try to do sleeves on DPNs just so I don't have to deal with magic loop or anything. But I also don't really want to do the eyelet lace on magic loop. I don't want to have, the way it works, I would always have an eyelet like at the join of the needle, and I don't want to deal with that. So I'm on small circumference circulars, and I think these needles just aren't it for me. They're a little bit dull. They're not very sharp, not very pointy. But also it's a little bit big. Like, I think these are 16 inches or maybe 12. No, they're 16 inches. So it like fits because these are big sleeves. It does fit on here, but it's a lot of shuffling that I think is just not fun. But I am not certain how I feel about the idea of buying 12-inch circulars, because I was at the yarn shop and I pulled out a pair of 12-inch circulars and I was like holding them in my hands, and it seemed weird. Like getting to that small circumference. I know people use tiny circumference needles all the time, but it's just so tight. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Maybe I should just try it and see how I feel. I can always return the needles if I don't like them. Maybe I will. I will be at the yarn shop tomorrow. I think I might take this and I think I might try the 12-inch needles and see how I feel. If it makes it easier, then it could be worth it. So I think that maybe I just talked myself into it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the yarn shop tomorrow. I will try out a 12-inch circular before committing and see if that makes the sleeve any more pleasurable to knit, because the eyelet lace is not a problem on its own. Like, that's not a problem. It's the needles that are making it an issue for me. So that's where I am with that. I am about 1.5 inches down a sleeve in a week. That is not a lot. That's not nearly enough. That's not what it should be. But that is the state of this sweater. I didn't tell you about the yarn. This is Explorer Knits and Fibers Rockies DK, which is a 100% superwash merino. This is a color combo from her OG Italy collection when it first came out. And we have the colors Azzurro, Fresca, and Balsamico. And her tonals are just so beautiful. I did not alternate skeins on these. And they just look so good. That's that. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because it's in timeout. Done. All right, next. The next two things I have are new. you haven't seen them before. The first one I'm going to show you is in my Barbie bag from Junk Yarn, which I adore. And this is a test knit. This is a test knit that I shouldn't have signed up for, but I did. All right. Did I print out the cover page? I did not. I love that for me. This is a test knit for Hannah of Herb Garden Knitwear. I've tested for her twice before, and I have knit another of her patterns also just on my own time. I really love her designs. We're just a good fit, me and Hannah. But let me show you what this test is. This is called the Chainmail, and it is a textured vest. I'm not very far on it, so I can't show you what the finished object looks like, but this is what it looks like. Instagram, there we go. The Chainmail, a textured vest, and I have got about halfway up the body, I think. This is knit from the bottom up, and it is knit at 2 separate gauges, which is interesting, but also has been fun. And I am using the most insane color. I am knitting this out of Hawari Bazarko in the color Watermelon Sugar. Let the camera catch up with this. It's not catching up with it. It's really washing it out. It's really blowing it out here. But this is, that's a bit more accurate. A super vibrant coral pink color. And the body of this vest is all seed stitch with the yarn held double. And that is a separate gauge from the ribbing down here, which is the fingering weight held single for the ribbing and the welts. And I just love this. You know, there's a lot of knitting here with the ribbing and the welts, and it's on like size 3 needles, but then you get to decrease stitches and increase your needle size to a completely different gauge to work the yarn held double, so the seed stitch texture goes way faster. And I've never done a top like that, and it's ingenious, quite frankly. I love it. So this has been a lot of fun. It's only been a few days since I started it, and I've been working on it while watching K-dramas, but I love it. I love it so much. And this color is so good. I have another Sassafras Knits Charm stitch marker to mark my beginning of round. This is her Strawberry, which I thought was very fitting. And I'm still in the first ball of yarn, but I'm getting to where I'm gonna need to cake up a second ball here very soon. So maybe I'll do that today just so I have it in the bag. I think that's it. I think that's it for this. I don't have any other information. I am testing, wait, I do have something else I wanted to tell you. I am testing the size 8, which sounds big. Normally I knit a size 4 or 5 in a pattern, but Hannah is incredible and makes some of the most size inclusive patterns I've ever knit. And this one has 18 sizes, ranging from a 28-inch finished bust to a 62-inch finished bust. Love that. And I am right about smack dab in the middle, 8 of 18, size 8 of 18. Pretty close to the middle. And I have 3 skeins of fingering weight, which is just about spot on for yardage for my size. So it does use quite a bit of yarn, but the fingering weight is held double for the body, and there are a lot of stitches down here for the ribbing, and I'm not sure, I don't know what the collar and other such will be like. I haven't got there yet, but there are also welts which eat up a bit of yarn. So there will be more welts also. Welts are fun. I really like them. They're a lot of fun and they're like magic. They just look so cool. A double welt. It's great. That's that. Highly recommend following Hannah if you don't already, because she's great. All right, I have one more project to show you, but the knitting project is inside a finished object that I finished yesterday, started day before yesterday, and I'm so excited about it. I have talked about sewing on this channel a little bit before. I have done quite a bit of hand sewing in my time, but 2 Christmases ago I got a sewing machine and have slowly been trying to acquaint myself with it. It has been moderately okay. It hasn't been great. I'm still kind of like nervous about it. I just don't have as much control on a machine as I do by hand. But I finally decided, well, first of all, the other day I got a Joann's gift card for Christmas from my sister. And the other day I decided I wanted to go run some errands, and I was gonna go to Joann's and I was gonna spend my gift card, and I was gonna go to the bakery, the Italian bakery, and get some tiramisu and a cannoli and just have a day to myself. And it was great. I loved it. And I got more fabric to make another bag, another project bag. And when I got home, I decided I was just gonna do it. I was just gonna go ahead, make my project bag, get it started, and just finish it, not let it linger. And I did. I also used the machine for almost all of it. The only thing I didn't do on the machine was quilt the outside of the fabric of the bag. But let me show it to you. This is my finished object. My little bag. Look at my tiny little, this is my first zipper. The first one. This is a tiny little project bag. I will link below the tutorial. It was a YouTube tutorial for how to make this. I will link that below so that you can make one yourself if you would like. But I just used, in the video she uses like scraps, and I just used these 2 separate fabrics and alternated them in different size stripes to make a scrappy looking bag. And yeah, it's got peaches and this gorgeous lilac color, and I have a lilac zipper, my first zipper. I'm so excited. It's got a boxed bottom that I think ended up looking very tidy, and it's got a little strap just to like hold and dangle, and it is out of the lining, and it is out of the lining fabric, which is a herringbone, there we go, a herringbone flannel that I have purchased in a couple of other colors and used before. I really love this herringbone flannel. And like I said, it is also the lining fabric. It's quilted with batting, so it's nice, sturdy little bag, and it is tiny. It is just big enough for a single skein project, like a pair of socks. And I'm so happy with it. It is really imperfect. There are lots of things wrong with it, but I did it, and I made it on the machine, and I learned so much. I had to change the foot of my machine to do the zipper. I'm just so happy. I finally just did it. And like I said, the only thing I didn't do on the machine was the quilting. I did do the quilting by hand. Finished object. I'm so happy with my little bag, and I actually have enough of this fabric to make another one of these, so I might make like a bigger one just because I love it so much. I might make a bigger one to match. I don't know, maybe I'll make another one just like it to gift, who knows. But inside here is another new cast on, and this is almost done. I have here a shop sample for the yarn shop. It's a sock. We got this really beautiful sock yarn into the yarn shop, and it is self-striping. And I am knitting up a sample in this color. It is called Muted Rainbow is the name of the color. It's color number 80 from Lina de Nord, and it is the paint sock, which is a self-striping, like I said. And I'm knitting these just like on a little size. They're 56 stitches, and to fit a US size like 6.5 to 7 women's foot, just because they're gonna be a sample, like a forever sample. So they don't need to fit me. So I started these yesterday and I'm already on the toe of the first one, which is great because I wanted to have one of these ready before going to the yarn shop next so that I could take it and drop it off. But look at this color. It is a rainbow gradient with stripes of pink in between. And I have just knit it seamlessly down with a Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is why this pink stripe is a little bit more narrow, but it ended up working like super nice. And like I said, I'm on the toe already. And I'm gonna finish the toe, and then I'm just going to continue on in whatever stripe sequence we're at. I'm not gonna try to match them. They're gonna be mismatched. I have a donut progress keeper that I think is from Sucre Sucre Miniatures. Very cute. And it lives happily in my little bag. And one of these balls of this yarn is 100 grams. So I think by the time I'm done with this sock, or this pair of socks, I think I can get another pair of socks out of this for myself, especially if I use a contrast color. So I think I might do that. I might make myself a second pair of these in my size with a contrast heel and toe. Look how fun that is. Just a rainbow. So that's my other new cast on shop sample. And that is all the making I have done this past week. At least fiber related making. I have done quite a bit of painting this week, which is not the case every week, but I have actually done a lot of painting this past week, so that's pretty good. I was supposed to sit down and have a painting day today, but I think I might sew instead. Now that I'm confident with the sewing machine, not confident, more confident with the sewing machine, I think I might try to keep the momentum going. I have a hinterland dress that I cut out and started sewing, and it's just been sitting, like the pieces have just been sitting around half finished for so long. I think I might just go ahead and get the sewing machine going today and do a few pieces, like a few little bits. And if I can do just a few little bits every week for a couple of weeks, I will have a finished dress in time for spring. So I think I actually will do that. I think I'll sew today. It's been a pretty good day. I have gone outside and walked. Like I said, the dog got a decently long walk today because it is nice outside. So I got a little bit more physical activity than I normally do. I edited a video this morning and have that, I will have that uploading here very shortly, like as soon as it's exporting now. I just ate lunch. Happy Tuesday. Oh, I finished the book I was reading. I finished The Daughter of Dr. Moreau. Very good. Very, very good. I enjoyed the shit out of it, and I enjoyed it so much that I think I'm just gonna read all of that author's books. Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I think I'm just gonna read all of her books. But I did start another book. I actually started another book after The Daughter of Dr. Moreau, and I didn't like it, so I did not finish it and I put it back in the return pile. So we won't even talk about that one, but I did start the next one I had, which is called The Pink Hotel. This is by Liska Jacobs. And so far it's White Lotus vibes. It's a newlywed couple arriving at a fancy hotel, and so far the like shit hasn't gone down yet. Shit's supposed to go down, but I am very early on in here. I have not gotten very far at all. So I'm enjoying this more than the last one I tried. That's for sure. But we will see how this goes. This is my current read. If you've read this, let me know what you thought. And besides that, I am just watching K-dramas. What did I just start? I just started Crash Course into Romance. Is that what it's called? A Crash Course in Romance. I think that's what it's called. I am a few episodes in. I'm enjoying it. Every once in a while. It's just a standard K-drama. They don't require a lot of thought. They're pretty formulaic. But that's the one I am currently watching and enjoying. Brad and I have started, we always watch a show together when we eat dinner, and our dinner show lately has been Curb Your Enthusiasm. We have started that one. He's watched a good bit of it, and Seinfeld is one of my favorite shows, so he thought that I might like Curb Your Enthusiasm. So that's what we've been watching. And it is definitely, it's funny and I like it. It's a completely different vibe from Seinfeld. I thought they'd be more similar than they are. But it's a lot of secondhand embarrassment. So if you're not into that, don't recommend. I'm not really all that into it. All right, I think that's it for today. I am gonna go sew because Brad is supposed to be home in like an hour, and I think I'm just gonna sew until he gets home so that I can enjoy myself before he gets here. I'm so fidgety. I'm fidgety today. I should have had like a fidget toy or something. Thanks so much for joining me today. It was chaotic, but I had some new stuff to show you that I'm pretty excited about. Yeah, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had a great weekend. And thanks so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.